Blessed be my witches, and welcome to another episode of Witch Please. It is I, Odin the Seer, and today we are going to be doing the second part to our protective witch bottles, and this is going to be for the element of air. I really found it important, or I felt that it was important for me to be able to go through the process of all four with you, simply because I want to make sure that the Witch Please fam really understands what they are using these witches protection bottles, or you could even call them elemental invocation bottles. I want to make sure that you guys know what they're for and how to use them properly. You are going to need a bowl and a spoon, a funnel or a piece of paper, your master bottle. I have my little quartz crystals here, little bitty tiny ones here, and I have 3 of those, yellow food coloring, marjoram, and some salt. Now, you can use whatever salt that you would like. I find that I will use sea salt for the water element, and I have a tendency to use Himalayan pink salt for the fire element. So there's many different things that you can use, but standard salt is perfectly fine as well. And of course you are going to need your yellow candle. So the first thing we're going to do now is we are going to pray over our yellow candle and we are going to light it. If you are struggling with anything mental, if you are having a hard time, if you are suffering from some forms of mental illness, I find that having the air elemental protection or air elemental invocation bottles around your home really do assist with helping get the mind right. We must always remember, okay, that the heart and the soul knows exactly what's going on, okay? It is the mind that can get confused and that can be molded in a certain way. So when you're working with the air element, always understand that this is about being able to open the mind, being able to see things clearly. I've actually even heard people say that, you know, the air element is associated with bringing in light, illumination, so that you can be able to see exactly what's going on. So this is a very, very powerful element, y'all, when it comes to your mind, how you perceive things, anything to do with, you know, illusions and programming that has been cast upon you or that you have bought into by external forces. We are going to pray so that our future will be bright. We are going to pray so that we can have a better understanding of ourselves and how things work. Now, the reason why I say that is because you may be able to venture down to within, into your dark goddess, to understand yourself. But we always have to take into consideration that you may know something about yourself, but understanding yourself are 2 different things, and they don't always coincide. So this helps you with bridging that gap, okay? So that's what we're going to be praying for when we charge and empower this candle. So, as I said in the last video, salt is great for protection, it is great for cleansing, it is great for purifying, it is great for eating away at things that no longer is oxidation. It's just a very good way of being able to break things down. So we are going to be filling this bottle up with and this is just standard table salt. So we're going to be filling this up to ensure that we have the correct amount. You want to make sure you get the salt down as far as you can. So now what we're going to do is we are going to take this salt and we are going to empty it. We're going to be adding in our color. Now, of course, we know that yellow is great for anything to do with the element of air. It is great for clarity. It is great for the mind. It is great for opening up your consciousness to other things, different perspectives, breaking down illusion, okay? So we are going to make this one a little bit stronger of a yellow color. Just drop it in. Now, as with the green one, we didn't want to make it too green. This one, I'm going to make it a little stronger of a yellow. Now, I use a gel formed food coloring because I find that, yes, it's a little harder to mix in, but it does not make the salt moist. It has a tendency to be a little bit drier, which is better for this type of working. So I am going to pray over this now, again, for cleansing, for purifying the mind, to allow me to be able to see things clearly, to allow me to be able to see the light through the darkness, and just give me that sense of sure-footedness when it comes to venturing down the path that I am going down at that point in time, so that I know that I am seeing and taking actions that are most conducive to where exactly I want to be. So we're going to be praying over that right now. So now what we're going to do is we are going to take this blessed air element salt and we're going to pour about half of it onto this page. Now there are big chunks of yellow in this, and I really like to have it like that because I find that it gives it just a different kind of a feel to it. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about when you have the end product. All right, my spiritualists, so we are going to move on to filling this bottle up 1/3 of the way. What we're going to do now is we are going to add in our botanical, and today we are going to be using marjoram. And I'm going to be taking quite a bit of this marjoram because we are going to be layering this twice. Well, marjoram is very, very closely associated with air. It is closely associated with protection. It is closely associated with understanding. It is closely associated with different perspective. It is closely associated with movement, with creating a sense of grounding with inside your own mind. You see, we have a tendency to second guess a lot of things, and marjoram is a great way of being able to shift the second guessing to a little bit more self-reliance, okay? And taking what your natural perspective or your natural kind of direct perception is telling you. For me, I've always used marjoram to help develop my abilities of direct perception, which is actually also a psychic ability, to allow what I see around me to be able to help start triggering what I intuitively feel. The more you build up your other psychic abilities, the more you will be able to maneuver yourself around this reality, all right? So we want to bring in the marjoram for that, and that's exactly what we are going to be praying over as well. Okay, so now that we have done that, we are going to take this marjoram and we are going to create quite a nice layer over the salt. All right, so after doing that, we are now going to take some more of our salt. I have created a nice little barrier, and then I put some more salt in it, and I'm going to go through the same process again of adding our marjoram. All right, and then we're going to top this off now with some more of our air elemental salt. Now, these quartz crystals have been empowered with protection, with amplification, with clarity, with clearing of mind, with serenity, with connection, with spirit communication. Really, anything that you feel is pertinent. I also want to let you know that this is not necessarily just the direction of east, okay? This is the element of air, all right? And it's also very good when it comes to working with the air elemental self. Not just the beings, not just the kings, and not just the dragons or any other, blessed being of the element of air. So this has all been empowered for that, for the connection, for the amplification, for the clarity, and we are going to be putting this into the top of our master bottle. So now is the final stage of creating this. We are now going to take our yellow candle and we are going to top this off. It's still kind of wet here and I'm still waiting for it to dry, but I just wanted to show you that you can leave it just like that. And I'm going to do this one just like this today to show the Witch Please family members another way of making this air elemental protection bottle as well as invocation bottle. Now again, my witches, please remember, you can use this for connecting with the elemental selves, connecting with the elements. You can use this in substitution for burning incense or lighting candles. You can use this for a plethora of things. You are only limited to your own imagination and what you feel comfortable with. I hope you enjoyed this episode, my spiritualists, my witches, as much as I enjoyed making it for you. Now remember, if you have not pressed subscribe, you know you need to press subscribe. Join the Witch Please family and do not miss out on a thing. You can follow us on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, as well as Facebook. You can send me a personal email at witchpleaseofficial@gmail.com, or you can leave a comment below. Don't forget to press that bell icon so that you're notified when a new video comes out, because you know you don't want to miss a thing. I said it before, my witches, and I will say it again. It is a pleasure to have you in my world. It is an honor to have you in my magic. And you are always in my heart. I will see you again on another episode of Witch Please. I love you, boo-boos. Bye-bye.